Hello, this is Amir Kiabi with Harvey Callis Real Estate, here to give you a quick update in terms of what went on in our local real estate market, Davisville and Mount Pleasant, for the month of March as well as first week of April 2024. The first few slides that I will be sharing with you as usual will be the house price index based on MLS data for detached and semi-detached properties. We are showing for Mount Pleasant a decline by about 10 to 11% for detached and semi-detached properties. I will qualify that by saying this, that whenever you have properties being transacted in a given month that are older compared to last year, that will skew the results for index prices. And I think March of 2024, we had a higher proportion of older properties being offered comparing to last year this time. That should explain for some of the decline we're seeing. I think each property is unique. Each property deserves to be valued based on its own unique characteristics. So I don't think it's an accurate assessment to say that across the board values are down by 10 to 11%. So if you want to know the accurate valuation of your property, I'm happy to provide that for you. As far as apartments, we are showing basically the same level of index prices comparing to last year. We had 14 transactions for freehold properties this year in Mount Pleasant, less than last year. We had 18 sales in March of 2023, but we also had less properties being offered. We only had 14 listings being offered for March of 2024 versus 19 properties coming to market last year, and which resulted in a very similar sales to listings ratio of basically 100%. So 100% of properties that were listed were sold. I think when we look at the first week of April numbers, the market was more active than last year. So we had 50% increase in terms of number of transactions than last year, and about 67% more properties were offered. So we have 5 new properties for the first week of April being offered versus 3 last year. So the market was more active this year for the first week of April than last year, and I think that momentum will continue for the rest of April, but it remains to be seen. You will have a link to all the transactions for March as well as first week of April to this email. I'll also include a link to all the active properties. And lastly, I want to cover the months of inventory across different classifications of properties. So we had on April 8th, we had 1 month of inventory for freehold properties under $2.5 million, which was an increase, almost doubled comparing to this March 6th when I looked at the amount of inventory available. So there's more inventory available, although it's still very much in a seller's market territory. We had quite a significant reduction of inventory for properties above $2.5 million, freehold properties, in April 8th comparing to March 6th. And I think for semi-detached properties, we are at under 1 month of inventory still, which is pretty much a very tight seller's market. And for detached properties overall, we are at 1.4 months of inventory, less inventory than last month, but it was mainly led by properties that are above $2.5 million. We actually had an increase of supply for properties, freehold properties under $2.5 million in Mount Pleasant. That's it for my update for the month of March and first week of April. I hope you find the information helpful. If you have any questions, obviously don't hesitate to reach out. Also have a more in-depth analysis of Toronto's residential real estate market. I'll include a link to that video, so if you wanted to get into the details of the numbers, feel free to take a look. Take care.